Yeah, I'm here. I'll try resetting screen share and see if that helps you guys. Um, I think the screen share issue is a browser-based issue, but all right. So I'll put BOSC on watch. Keep an eye on that one. The recent IPO stock, JRSH, be on watch. See if we get um, volume coming into it. Big, huge spread, zero volume pre-market. So right now, let's see what proves itself to be strong. I'm not interested in taking a 20-30 cent loss with 7,500 shares. I'd rather just go slow, wait for a good opportunity, and if that means I don't trade today, then that's fine. Screen share, I just turned off. I'm resetting it. No need for caps. I see what's happening. All right, so there's the bell. Yeah, I'm trying to reset screen share. I don't want to have to log out and log back in though. So if it's if it's not working, then I'll just have to wait a few minutes. Yeah, I'll tell you if something is on the scanner. Nothing is on it right now. BGI is not on the scanners. It's priced at $1.85, a little on the cheaper side. It is starting to pop up, $1.85. $1.95 right now, $2, $2.05. Now it's on the scanners, $2.14. So the high is 214. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with screen share now. I tried to reset it and now it's not working at all. I'm probably gonna have to log out and log back in, but I don't really want to do that during the opening range. So we just have to deal with it. High is now 225. So BGI is up 45%. I would watch for a 1 minute micro pullback. David, look, here, there's two options. You want me to log out? I'll log out, and I might not get logged back in for 5 minutes. Maybe I restart my computer. And then you've got nothing. So you've got two choices. Either you hang tight for a few minutes and we'll reset screen share, or you don't have me at all. If you don't want me at all, then that's okay too. I'm not going to twist your arm. BGI waiting for a 1 minute micro pullback. NAKD on the scans, high is $1.63. It keeps doing is it keeps squeezing up and then pulling back, squeezing up and pulling back, squeezing up and pulling back. The high is 227. BOSC, I have a little bit of a hard time trusting, but it is starting to open up a little bit. NAKD and BOSC are both on the scans. So we're seeing a little bit of momentum, but look at BOSC. That's the one. This one is just so nasty. High 56 and now going red on the day. NAKD 170, BGI consolidating a little bit. I would watch BGI back over maybe 220 for a possible retest of the high day. Yeah, I'm long BGI for break of 220 and looking for that high day test. So this is a little 1 minute micro pullback setup on BGI. So for me, I would add over 228 for high day break. Just added at 228 on BGI. So you can see it, it kind of popped up there and didn't hold really well. A little bit of a false breakout. It hit a high of like 35, which was nice, but we'll see if it pops back up to the 20s. Stopped out at 210, $729 loss. You should have audio. BGI selling off a little bit. That was a decent, it was worth a stab on the 1 minute micro pullback, but it just didn't hold up. CTRV. Not sure about it yet. PGN. That one is a continuation setup, but I'm not sure if it's going to work. BOSC red on the day. NAKD coming back down. CTRV, the reverse split mentioned on the news. Yeah, it's coming back down also though. So I'm down 729 bucks. BGI was 10,000 shares. So I lost 7 cents per share. MYSZ. It's at that red line right now. We'll see if it opens up a little bit more. CHCI, I see. I'm a little iffy because I think that I was sort of thinking it needed more time to consolidate on the daily, but it is popping up there. The high is $1.35. The volume is 130,000 shares. IZEA, low volume stock, not an ideal daily. So the first thing I look at on this one is the daily chart, and that's what makes me think, nah, I don't really want to take a trade on it because it's hitting its moving averages. Maybe it'll open up. You can see it did have this day back here where it broke through moving averages, but I'm not sure. MLSS. Yeah, so this one right at the $1 price, 24 million share float. Interesting, double topping at $1.08. MYSZ, yeah, I mean, you can see this is a 1 minute micro pullback. I just am not that interested in trading stocks this cheap. So, it's kind of like I just see nearby resistance at $1.48. I just don't see a lot of potential in it. BGI I thought had a little bit more potential, possibly for move up to retest the high here, but yeah, you get the exact layout, colors, and everything. $4.46. IZEA, let's see this one, hit the scans, hit $2.04, now back at 170. Over 490 is, maybe where we start to see more action, a little more volume coming in. CHCI, you're seeing a ramping volume. It's increasing significantly in the last 3 or 4 candles. High of day is 480. So, this is one where I just kind of wait and look for good entry points. That back of your mind target that maybe it taps $5 and squeezes over that level. What I'd like to see is a clean 1 minute pullback. It did pull back a little bit here at 410, but the volume was really light. It then kind of pops up to 23, and then in this area, I was watching it around 440. I was thinking about adding, and I was just like, I'm not sure it's going to work. So, see what it does. It is extended now on the 5-minute chart. High of this current candle is 62. Realistically here, if this 1 minute breakout worked, it would most likely squeeze up, tap 5, and then this would turn into a doji, and it would reverse off that doji point. So right here over 60, certainly interesting for a scalp, but I don't think it's going to be a sustained move. I think this would be just a scalp setup. If I got in around 65 or something like that. So now you're back at $4.35. So with this type of drop, now the 1 minute is out of play, and we would just wait to see if it forms a 5-minute bull flag over the course of the next 15, 20 minutes. Nice, Jaden. Good job. So CODX, yeah, halted at 9:54 and 28 seconds, 35%, but only on 41,000 shares of volume. So it's pretty light, thin volume, no news. So that's a little bit, there's going to be more risk on this one. Room to the 200 moving average at 356. Can watch it out of the halt, but I'm not sure that, I think it would be a pretty high risk trade, especially since we're not seeing a lot of really good momentum today. I think it might end up being more likely that it kind of fails. But if we were seeing a lot of really strong momentum today, then I might think, okay, well, this one's up 35%. It's moving up. The traders are probably going to jump on it, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Yeah, it's a pretty thinly traded stock. CHCI still pulling back a little bit. A little bit of a 1-minute pivot at 460. Summer can be slow, but summer can also be really, really great. So it doesn't really seem to be seasonal. It's just kind of what's going on with small cap stocks. So massive volume is relative. This is relative to what's normal for the stock. And so if we look back on the 5-minute chart, we can see that this volume here today is actually quite high relative to what it normally trades at. So it's a relative measurement. NDRA, another kind of light volume stock. CHCI over $1.60. I'm long CHCI for the break of $1.60. So this, as you can see, is the first candle to make a new high on CHCI on the 5-minute. So now the target is high a day. I'd look for 480. Stopped out. Got to keep a tight stop on it. So stopped out at 450. So down now $1,000 on the day. I might be done trading rather than get back more profit. CHCI, I'm probably stopping out within range, but really if it broke below 40, that would be a hard kind of bailout point below the last 5-minute candle. But I'm trying to keep stops tight, so Yeah, I use my hotkeys to stop out. Yeah, so I traded about 5,000 shares of CHCI, 5,204 shares. I got partial fill in at 54 and 66, and I stopped out at 50, so I had a 59 average. And then BGI, I got in 10,000 shares at 220 and 222, and then I added 2,500 shares at 225 and 230. So I had actually 12,500 shares, and I sold some of them at 230, and the rest I stopped out of at 2 CODX. Watch this one. So the high was 269. So the high now is 280. Remember, anything on this one is going to be high risk. The spot I would typically be watching would have been over 280, but this one's kind of, the way the orders are running is kind of interesting. Current high is now 290. So there's, see if it breaks over $3. I'd watch for a scalp over 3. Long at 95 for the scalp over $3. So we'll see what this says here. My average is 94. The high a day is 324. Kind of watching to see if it gets back up over 3. I'm still holding 297 shares at 294. All right, stopped out of the rest of it at 270. And then 271. Also got a partial fill at 221. So that puts me up 370 on the day, 3 trades. I don't think I'll push my luck anymore. CODX, I didn't think it would do much, but out of the halt, it continued higher. So I got in for the break of the whole dollar. Beyond that, I'm not seeing a lot today. I'm just seeing a lot of stocks that are popping up and not holding. And CODX without news has more risk. The light volume makes it riskier, and 356 is the 200 moving average. So I think at this point, it's probably good just to say, if you're green, be grateful and live to trade another day. If you're red, well, I was almost red today too. I'm really only up at probably $200 after commission. So